Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Oshina. I'm going to be sharing my 2022 TBR in this video. So I just wrote down some books that I really want to get to this year, and it's just like a loose TBR. If I don't get to them, I'm not devastated. And some of them cross over to the TBR bingo that I'm doing with Sarah from the Bookish Knitter, and then some of them will also count for Chantel's Read Your Bookshelf Challenge. So the first one is The Lady's Mind by Francine Rivers. This is coming out February 12th, I believe. And I do have an arc for it, so really excited about that, so I'll for sure be reading that one. Next is How to Walk Away by Katherine Center. Really excited about this one because a lot of you have said that I should read it, and I think it involves a plane crash and possibly the death of a spouse. So that sounds like intense, but Katherine Center writes beautiful stories, so I'm really curious about it. Then I wrote down Things You Save in a Fire, also by Katherine Center. I have heard mixed things about this one, because it's like not necessarily as clean as her other books. So I'm going in hesitant. If there's any look like it's not going to be clean, I'll just DNF it because I can do that, but I do want to give it a try anyways. I want to read all of her books. Next is Bookshop by the Sea by Denise Hunter. This one, I don't know, man. Denise Hunter never was my favorite author, but so many of you have recommended her different books to me lately, so this is the one that my library has that I'm going to try to read. We shall see. I've also put it on my TBR bingo. Maybe I'll even show. There is the bingo. I wrote it all out. Isn't this cute? My January spread is also very cute. And then I'm reading off of my TBR page right here. So anyways, just help me keep track. So the next one is The Painter's Daughter by Julie Klassen. I put a Julie Klassen on here even though I want to read all of her backlist. That's one of my 2022 goals. So just to like make it easy on myself, I added one of her books to this list too, so then I can check it off twice. Next is The Passengers by John Mars. I have heard pretty good things about this one, even though the one was, you know, not as clean as I wanted it to be. Still really liked the storytelling, and when I mentioned that, someone said that they think I would still like The Passengers, and I do want to try it because it sounds really interesting, like that cars can drive themselves and then people like get stuck in them and they have to like survive in it. I don't know, but it has to do with cars. Sounds just interesting to me. Here's one I can hold up. The Gospel According to Jesus by John Macarthur. I received this from a subscriber probably in 2020 now. It's been a while. What a beautiful book. And to be honest, John Macarthur is an interesting guy. I've seen some things and I've read some stuff and I'm like, what's his theology? I don't really know. I mean, I do know. I don't know if I agree with it. So I'm really interested to read this and see if I pick up on any things that I'm like, but it's like the Gospel According to Jesus, so like how could you mess that up, you know? So I'm really curious about this one, so I definitely want to read it this year. It's one of the nonfiction that I want to prioritize. Please let me know if you have read this or if you know anything about John Macarthur. What are your thoughts? I'd love to discuss. Okay, next is Skyward by Brandon Sanderson. I think this was on my TBR last year, to be honest, but it's here again because I just really want to read it. It looks so good. I hear such good things about it, and then I can finally say I've read Brandon Sanderson and feel good about myself. I always think it's interesting when a male author writes about a female character, and I've heard that Brandon Sanderson is really good at writing female characters, so I'm just really curious about it. Okay, next, I would like to try The Death of Mrs Westaway by Ruth Ware, probably around October time, but I've heard pretty good things about this book, and it intrigues me enough that I want to give it a try. I've liked her books in mixed ways. She does include some swear words in her books, and sometimes they're not completely clean. So it's like, why am I trying it? Well, because I just want to know, you know? So I'll DNF it if there's too much in it, but I do want to give it a try because it sounds good. It's like about a character pretending to be someone so that she can inherit something, but she like goes to this house and she pretends to be someone, and then everyone is like acting kind of weird. So I think I like creepy house stories. They just intrigue me. So next, I want to read The Number of Love by Roseanna M. White. I really want to read this author this year, and The Number of Love looks good to me. I've actually heard really good things about it, and I think that it's a trilogy and it's finished now, so hopefully I can read the books closer together. I don't know if the story like continues in itself or it just follows different characters, but anyways, I do want to try this first one. Next is Aftermath by Terri Blackstock. I just am really interested in this one. I haven't heard great things, but it's just a standalone, and I have been trying to find more Christian standalones lately, especially within like the romantic suspense world, just because so many of them are series. So this is a standalone, and it follows like an explosion that goes off and the aftermath of that. No pun intended. Next is Honor Among Thieves by Rachel Caine and Anne Aguirre. Aguirre? I don't know. This is a YA sci-fi, and if you remember, one of my goals is to read 2 YA sci-fis, so that would be Skyward and then this book. So hopefully, because I do own this one, and I've owned it for about a year now, so I want to give it a try. I have had mixed luck with YA sci-fi lately, but again, I own this one, so I might as well give it a try, and I think this is a duology, or maybe it's, I don't know, but it's kind of thicker, but there's like not a lot of words on each page, so it should go by pretty quickly, and I don't have any idea what this is about. Okay, and the Colleen Coble book that I own is Black Sands, and Colleen Coble is an author that I want to try this year, and this actually sounds really good. It follows a volcanologist. It's a really hard word to say. Volcanologist. No. Volcanologist. But anyways, lady that studies volcanoes. And I think one goes off, and it's like how she deals with it. I think it's set in Hawaii. It sounds good. It is actually an Aloe Reef. Oh, Aloha. Aloe? Wow. Aloha Reef. So that is Hawaii, right? I don't know. I love natural disaster stories, so hopefully this is good. Okay, and for Angela Hunt, I own this book, The Canopy. I think this is one of her more modern books. I think it's just not biblical fiction pretty much, because she usually writes biblical fiction, but this one is not, and I own it, so I've just always been intrigued by it. The cover tells me nothing, you know? It's like, okay, we're in a forest, there's a fern. What? I'm not gonna read the back, but it does say neurologist. Races to find a cure for a deadly disease. Oh boy. Yeah, so this is the Angela Hunt book that I want to read. Okay, and then I put 2 Christmas books on this list just because. So I put The Holiday Swap by Maggie something? Knox? I don't know. I have heard that this is a clean romance, so interested. And I've seen a lot of people review it last year, so I want to see for myself if it's good. It's about twins that switch places. So I read a twin book this past Christmas too, so maybe it's a theme, I don't know. But yeah, because I heard that it's clean, I do want to give it a try. And then lastly, the Christmas book that I didn't get to last year that I wish I did is Christmas Camp. I just read so many Christmas books and I didn't get to this one, so I want to read it next Christmas, hopefully. But yeah, I wanted to put at least 2 holiday books on this list. So, is that everything? Thank you for watching this TBR. Let me know if you've read any of these books and if you would recommend them. It's definitely like a mixed list, which is actually fun for me. And a lot of them are going to fit for a ton of different challenges that I'm doing throughout the year, so that's why I chose these specific books, because then there's like lots of crossover, and hopefully I will read all of them this year. That is the plan. So thank you for watching, you guys. I will see you in my next video. Bye.